Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. We are on the final segment of the MC Command Center settings. This is probably my favorite one because it's for the MC Pregnancy and MC WooHoo, which MC Pregnancy specifically is where I get really in depth. But if we go over to the computer, we go ahead and click MC Command Center, and then we can go ahead and scroll down here. Again, all of my settings in MC Command Center are a mix of my old settings, which I had tweaked over the course of a year and a half, 2 years. Some new settings I came across, some settings that I found that other people made, according to like actual census that were taken. So, yeah. So the first one that I'm gonna go ahead and do is adoption settings, which I just changed two things in here. Adoption age is already set to like all of these. Adoption percent male is percent chance that a random adoption sim will be a male rather than a female. This is actually another setting that I'm supposed to be changing, not just the two that I had saved. I set this to 45 instead of 50. Opposite sex adoption percent. So the percent chance that an opposite sex couple will adopt a child rather than have one through pregnancy. I set this at 45 as well. Oops, it would help if I select it. That way they are more likely to, like heterosexual couples are more likely to have a child through pregnancy rather than going through adoption. Same sex percent, I changed this to 55. And then that's all in that one. Marriage sim selection. So allow homeless marriage is disabled by default. So if enabled, homeless sims are eligible for random marriages. I don't do this only because something I like to do is make large groups of single sims, like put 8 of them in a household and leave them not moved into a house. That's why I also have my settings to where homeless sims won't automatically move into houses. So this way they won't automatically just do random marriages and they'll still be available as like single sims. You can leave the bypass dorm residents, played households, renters, robots, and active sim romances alone because it's already set to bypass them. Days to run checks, I leave that alone. If enabled when... Oh, no, that one I leave alone. I thought that was a different setting. I thought that was the use gender preference. Marriage percentages. I set teens to 0. I just teens. I don't have teens get married very often in my game. So, young adults I put at 30. Adults I put at 40, and elders I put at 30. You can put this higher or lower depending on how often you want those age groups to get married. I personally think that this is a really good like sweet spot. Use gender preference. I enable that, so if you have a sim set to be heterosexual or homosexual, they'll go based off of preferences rather than just whatever. Young adult, adult, and elder. You can select teens here if you put a percentage in the other setting, but because again I don't want teens getting married, I'm not gonna select this. So that's it for marriage sim selection. I don't change anything in neighborhood stories. I don't have the setting on in the actual game options. You'd only change this if you had neighborhood stories on, so this would alter certain settings within neighborhood stories. The next one we're going to go into is offspring. Obviously, I changed a little bit of this in my cast and dresser settings in that video. But identical offspring chance, this is automatically set to 33. So the percent chance that multiple offspring of the same gender will have identical genetics. I want to set this at 45. I think it's still quite likely, but not 50-50, so that's why I leave it there. I leave maximum offspring at 3. I feel like triplets is enough. You can obviously, if you want quadruplets or any more than that, you can change that. I'm good. Offspring gender percents. So the percent chance there would be a male child is going to be at 40 rather than 50, and then percent female will be at 60. Offspring percents, so percent chance for 1 baby, 2, and 3. 1 baby is going to be 50. 2 babies is 33, and 3 babies is 17. I just feel like this fills out everything way better. And then sync child surname. If enabled, when a child is adopted or a couple is married, the child's surname will be changed to match the parents if both parents have matching surnames. Note that rename non-active adoptions overrides the setting. I leave this disabled. I like to manually change names when it comes to marriages, adoptions, actual births, everything. I'm a control freak, okay? The next one we're going to go ahead and go into is other marriage. I leave these first 3 alone, so manually rename spouses I have set to none. Obviously, again, I like to manually rename last names. When moving Sims due to random marriages, move any offspring they may have as well. Obviously, that should be enabled. Remove service limit if enabled. The limit EA added to prevent marriages to Sims in service roles to the active Sim will be removed. I leave that alone. Rename opposite sex. I do leave names unchanged. Rename same gender. Require cast pregnancy match. So if enabled, when random marriages are checked, a spouse and a partner will only be matched for marriage if one of the Sims is set in cast to be able to impregnate other Sims and the other is flagged to be pregnant. Those cast settings are ignored if this is disabled. I disable it. The next one we're going to do is same neighborhood. I set this to prefer partners in same neighborhood. So Sims that are boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged will be married even if they are in different neighborhoods, but any other marriage partners have to be in same neighborhoods. We just have the last one, which is use traits for marriage. I enable this. So non-committal Sims will not get married autonomously. Obviously, if you're playing with a non-committal Sim, you can have them get married. Other pregnancy, we're going to do allow pregnancy aging enabled. Auto marry percent, the percent chance that an unmarried Sim will get married after becoming pregnant. I set this at 50. You can set this lower or higher depending on how you want, but I feel like 50 is pretty good. Pregnancy duration. So for I put in my other setting list, I put between 42 and 63 days. For anyone who's curious, where's my lifespans? My young adult Sims live for 336 in-game days, okay? They are between 20 and 35 years of age. So I think I'm gonna just do 42 for now, and if I feel like that is not enough time, because I really like to be able to like milk as much out of each different part of my Sims life, okay? So I'm gonna do 42. If I feel like that's not long enough, I'll slowly increase it up to 63. Also, I'll only add when I increase my pregnancy, I increase it by 3. So I'll go from 42 to 45. That way each trimester has an extra day instead of it being this odd number. You can put like an 8-day long pregnancy, and then I'm pretty sure the first 2 trimesters will each be 3 days, and then the last trimester would be 2 days. With the 42 days for pregnancy, it comes out to, I think, like 14 days each trimester. So 2 weeks is plenty of time. And then I don't touch these settings either. I honestly don't care about the moods. I have other mods that affect my Sims moods. But using traits for pregnancy, so Sims who don't like children will not get pregnant on their own. Partner Sim selection, that's where I needed to be. Allow affairs percentage. This at default is set to 0. I'm going to leave this set to 0. You can change this so it's the percent chance to allow married Sims to be parents in random pregnancies outside of their marriage. I don't want it. I would say do not set this anything above like 3. Genuinely, I know it says you can go up to 100. Don't do it. The setting I'm going to click on though is occupancy preference. So this setting determines if partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy are limited by where they live. I'm going to do prefer home Sims. So partner candidates for marriage or pregnancy will be chosen with a preference on Sims living in a home. Also, another setting that you guys can change, I personally don't change it, but the limit by relationship. So Sims can only have random pregnancies if there is another Sim that matches the relationship specified in this setting. So you can set it to where only married Sims have babies, or only significant other Sims have babies. I have no relationship limit. Set, I probably should do like significant other or WooHoo partners, but for the time being, I'm going to leave it. Okay, use attraction values. I am going to enable this. Before choosing a random sim from the world, check the candidate sims based on attraction values first. If there is a candidate sim that has attraction to the target sim, use that sim rather than another random sim. If no candidate sims are found with any attraction, use the standard random sim functionality. I don't know why this is disabled by default, but I'm going to go ahead and enable it. Basically, sims that will have to actually have attraction to each other. And then valid partner ages, I do teen through elder. Pet pregnancy, I just change a couple of settings in here. I want to make sure that's disabled. Yeah, okay. Maximum household children. So the maximum number of offspring a pet will have during their lifetime, I set this to 8. This way a pet can get pregnant multiple times. Like have multiple litters. Another one that I change is actually I don't change this. I don't know why I did. But the maximum number of offspring a pet can have during a pregnancy. So the maximum number of puppies a dog can have in one pregnancy is 3, which means that they could have 2 litters of 3 and then a litter of 2 in their lifetime. Or they could have 4 litters of 2. However many sims you like extra sim spaces you have in your household will determine that. But pregnancy percent, I'm gonna do only for the adult. I'm gonna set this to 40. I think elders let at 20. I think I'm gonna change this to 10. And then show pregnancy notifications. Show a notification when a pet gets pregnant. I do this for played only. Pregnant sim selection. We're going to skip right all the way down to pregnancy percentage. For young adult and adult, we're gonna set this to 4. We're gonna change these to 40. I leave teen and elder at the 20% that they're already set at. Use gender preference. I'm gonna enable that. It's the same as the other one. And then valid target ages. I select teen through elder. Spouse sim selection. Occupancy preference. I do preferred homes. Home sims again. I do under same sex percent. I lower this just slightly to 40, and then spouse use attraction values. We're gonna enable, and then valid target ages. We're gonna do young adult through elder. Okay, again, MC WooHoo. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait. Yeah, 11 settings that we're going to change in here. So, WooHoo actions. We're going to allow friendlier WooHoo partners, allow teens, allow elder try for baby. Those are the 3 ones that we're going to change in here. So, when enabled, ask to be WooHoo partners can be attempted more easily between Sims and less requirements on friendship levels or gender preference. We're going to enable that. Elder try for baby. We're going to enable that. I actually think I'm going to enable this only because I thought this just meant that teens could WooHoo, like actually have the actual WooHoo interaction, not the mess around one. My bad. I'm going to enable this only because it gets really annoying when one of your Sims ages up into a young adult like a week before the other Sim, and the other Sim's still a teenager, and now they can't interact with each other at all. So I'm going to enable this. I'm going to skip right over WooHoo pregnancy only because I use the RPO mod, so I don't need to worry about this one. But we're going to go into WooHoo reactions. Sorry, excuse me. And we're going to enable bed sharing and enable sleepy WooHoo. So bed sharing, when enabled, Sims will sleep in beds with other Sims ignoring relationships. And then sleepy WooHoo, when an NPC is involved in bed WooHoo between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., they will go to sleep in the bed. Don't know why that's not enabled automatically. Now I changed some settings in the Sim nudity. Literally only 3 settings. You don't need to change these settings if you don't want to, but I go into nudity interactions, nude shower WooHoo, and I enable this. It's the only one I enable in here. I don't like that they put a towel on to go WooHoo in the shower. It's not very realistic to me. Nudity genders, I enable both. Specify the genders valid for nudity under the different nudity types. Both, either, or neither genders is valid. Obviously, you have to enable this for the interaction one to work. And then nudity ages, I enable teen and elder as well. I don't enable stay nude after WooHoo just because I'm okay with them putting towels on afterwards. It's just the during that bothers me. But the last 2 settings we're going to go to is other settings. And we're going to enable autonomous try for baby and we're going to disable allow birth control. So autonomous try for baby, enable, and disable birth control. I don't like there's like a potion drink that Sims can take. Let me actually see if I saw the interaction on her earlier. Let's see if it's on here still. Yeah, so drink whatever that is, Q36 birth control. I don't like that interaction. I really don't. And I have my own forms of birth control within other mods, so it's fine. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to check out my beacons page down below. I hopefully next week, I won't be posting a video on Monday, but hopefully Wednesday and Friday we will be back to building in Newcrest in my forever save. I think I've gotten everything sorted out in my build by folder. Every once in a while I move a folder back, like move folders around in my mods folder, and then the game just doesn't want to load open or doesn't want to load into my game. So we'll see how that works. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.